So 2 months and you're doing 10k?
Not even 2 months, yeah. 8k in my first month. In the past 30 days, I think it's like 11.5k.
Round of a fucking
well done, bro.
I was doing £700 a day, £500 a day, and it just carried on.
How broke were you before you started obviously selling the PDFs?
So this is how bad it got.
Being at the point where you were, the lowest of lows, fucking having to think about, am I going to be able to cover mine and my missus' tab? To the money that you're kind of making now. What's that feeling like, bro?
Sometimes it doesn't feel real.
Yo guys, welcome back to the Gooms Podcast. Today we sat down with Lewis, who 5 weeks ago was broke and now is sitting on over £25,000 worth of Wi-Fi money from selling PDFs about car insurance. Make sure you stick around to the end of the episode to find out how exactly he did this, and make sure that you subscribe. We appreciate the support more than you know. Enjoy the episode. What's the most that you made in a month selling ebooks?
Is it about 10k? Yeah, it's 10k this month, just over 10k.
How did that feel?
Insane. Never earned 10k in a month before.
Fucking hell.
How long have you been doing it?
Since the start at end of May. Literally end of May.
Was it the first?
27th of May.
So it hasn't even been, 2 months and you're doing 10k?
Not even 2 months, yeah. So 8k in my first month. In the past 30 days, I think it's like 11.5k.
Round of a fucking
well done, bro.
Lewis, have some of that, bro. You
That's
deserve
dope,
it.
bro. Well done.
Did you come up with the idea?
Yeah.
Was anyone else doing it online before?
So I saw similar things online, but I could target it slightly differently. And with the help of Cam, it was one of those where I can use his knowledge and then my experience with car insurance. Like I say, I've worked with cars all my working career, and thought I combined the two, made it better than anyone else's. And then bang, just...
So to anybody, bro, that doesn't have a fucking clue what an ebook is, what exactly is it that because you're obviously selling something, right?
Yeah.
At a low ticket price,
yeah,
to multiple people.
Yeah.
What are you charging, and basically what are you charging for? What are people paying you for?
So I found a problem. So a problem at the moment is car insurance. So I don't know, everyone's car insurance has gone up like 50% in the past 12 months. It's mad. Everybody's Googling ways on how to get it cheaper, but there's not one direct route to telling you how to get it cheaper. So what I've done is I've just sat there for 3 hours, found every single tip, every single trick, put it into a PDF, made that PDF look fancy, open a Shopify store, put the PDF on there as a digital download. Someone buys it, $7.99. I get the $7.99, they get an instant link to download it, and it's with them forever then. It's a one-off purchase, $7.99, and they've got all that information, which has costed me 3 hours to make, but that means that they don't have to search and scour the internet for 3 hours. They can, because it's it, do you value your time? People will say, oh, I can find the information online for free. But it's like, right, but it's £8. And at the end of the day, do you value your time? So say, for example, if someone paid you £2 an hour for 3 hours to do something, you're just going to say no. So what makes this any different? I've got a TikTok, which is organic marketing. I say I know how to make a video go viral. I've had 800k video, 500k video. I've got all these videos that have done massive numbers. Direct them to my site. Boom.
Is that how you're getting the majority of your sales, through the organic reach on?
I was, until I discovered Instagram. See, I've always used Instagram just personally, but then using it for business is just massively just blowing everything. I use a couple of different applications which will help me obviously get the sales through a lot quicker. And
you want to drop a few gems? What are the
apps?
ManyChat.
So uploading Instagram reels, getting someone to comment. So say, for example, I'm all about saving people money. My PDF is literally saving people money.
Yeah.
So comment, save, and it sends me a direct link into their DMs, which makes them feel a little bit special. Because most people don't even know that's a bot doing it. Yeah. They think that I've manually done that. So I've sent them a link, and then that just...
a link to check out.
A link to check out, literally, and then that's it, they buy it then.
So when you got in touch with Cam, how did that go? How did everything come about?
So I've been mates with Cam for forever, since primary school, literally one of my oldest friends. And obviously all that stuff...
Sorry to hear that, bro.
I know. It's been awful.
You guys at home listening, Cam is literally sat over across the room from us.
It's been awful. No, I'm only joking. He's an angel. But so I got back in touch with Cam when he obviously got out of prison and was like, Cam, how are you doing? Like, I'd sent him texts whilst he was in prison. Nobody knew what had happened to him. And literally I was like, I'd sent him like 3 or 4 texts when he was in there. Obviously he didn't have a phone, did he? So I was sat there and I was like, I just messaged him. I think it was like December, Jan time? And just said, Cam said, do you want to go for a coffee or something? I'd seen a little bit what he was doing, but it wasn't nowhere near obviously where he is now.
Yeah.
I just said to him, I said, look, I said, I'm thinking about going self-employed. I hate my job. I hated my job. I worked in car sales and literally like I was get threatened to sack. I was miserable when I got home. I didn't want to speak to anyone when I got home. And it was like, honestly, the worst thing, probably one of the worst phases in my life.
I can imagine as well if you're on like I'm thinking now you're in a fucking room filled with people that are calling people all day, every day. You're getting told to fuck off, leave me alone, don't call this number again. All day. And then you go home and it's like, I don't want to talk to nobody.
Literally.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even that was the worst thing. It was the environment. Like if anyone's in car sales, it's the most toxic environment for a job. I've never experienced anything like it in my life. It is toxic. So you go into a morning meeting. So imagine this, right? You want everyone to perform well on the day because at the end of the day, if no one sells cars, no one makes money. So you want everyone to perform on the day. What's the best way to make everyone perform?
I don't know, motivate them, incentivize them.
They do the complete opposite. They sit there and they slate you and go, you're rubbish, you've done this wrong and we're doing awful, and you walk out the meeting like you've gone to work and you think, you know what, I'm gonna have a good day today. Walk out that meeting and life is just drained out of you. And it's like you could have been
First things first.
It's literally one of the worst ways to actually get something out of people.
Exactly.
So like when you shout at someone, they just switch off automatically. If you just talk to someone in a nice voice and actually like put some fire in their belly, they're going to work 10 times harder than you and you're going to get way better results from them.
Well, I work off, sounds mad, but I like praise. So I like being told that I've done a good job. I think that's
You're doing a great job, by the way.
Yeah. Thank you. But it's like just knowing that someone appreciates the work and everything that you've actually done.
Who doesn't like it, bro?
Exactly. So for someone to turn around and just say like you're doing rubbish and this and that. So I handed my notice in. I was like, I'm stuff yours, I'm done. Like,
wait, what was the worst that you got slated?
So my manager at the time, he goes, "Can I swear?"
Yeah, of course you can, bro.
Right, yeah. So my manager goes at the time, he's like, if I wanted to, so basically when you sell a car, you sell the car, which is the easiest part of the job. It is the easiest part of the job because a customer wants that car, but then you sell them gap insurance, warranty, all that other stuff like SuperGuard, which goes on the paint of the car. And he turned around to me, he goes, I've done a cash no bits. Cash no bits is cash for the car, and basically that's all we get for the car. And he turns around to me, he goes, if I wanted someone to just take orders, I'd go get a blonde bird with fucking big tits, this and that. And it's like, just going mad at me. And I'm there in the office, I think, I just sold a car. I've just made the business £1,800. And it's like, but I'm getting terrorised like that. And it's like, oh, I handed my notice in. I was getting it too much. So I handed my notice in. They was never nicer to me. I did numbers. I sold a lot of cars, but they was so nice to me in that 28 days of my notice period. They were so nice to me. And we was going out for drinks after work, and they was just being like, I was like, oh my God, this place is so good to work for. I'd almost forgotten about all the bad stuff, you know what I mean? And then that was it. But they changed the tune because I had to go in for a meeting. You know, like basically I went in for a review to say like, why are you leaving? Try to keep me on board.
Some HR bullshit.
Yeah. And they was like, this has happened. So I just said the truth. I said, look, I don't like these. You're all knobheads. And that was it.
How'd they take that?
They took it quite well, to be fair. I didn't want to burn my bridges with them because my next job that I was going into self-employed, I was still in the car game, and it's nice to know everyone in the car because I was doing car sourcing. Yeah. So it's like if I need a car for a customer and they've got it, I can't go work my way back in now. They've just gone out on hell for leather, you know what I mean? So I still sort of, and that was the best month I ever did. At my notice period, I sold 23 cars just like that. Most I've ever done was 18 cars, but it was the weight lifted off my shoulders. And it was like, once I don't have person just going nagging at me, and just it was just nice because I know
makes a difference, doesn't it?
Because they used to just say, "Oh, I'll fire you. If you don't do this, I'll fire you. If you don't do that, I'll fire you." And it's like,
you can't fucking fire me.
No, you can't fire me because I'm gone.
Yeah.
I'm gone already. You'd be doing me a favour. I don't have to work my notice period. Best of a month.
So you've left the dealership now.
Yeah.
What's your journey like till you meet Cam?
So I
not meet Cam, but come back together with Cam.
Yeah.
So I was thinking about quitting my job, and then I said to Cam, basically, because Cam's a business genius. Like, honestly, the kid's mad. So I just said to him, I said, what step do I do this like in the right way? And he was like, right, make a TikTok, make an Instagram, do all this. Right, Cam, done it. Post videos. I don't know how to post a video. Like, I've never posted a video in my life. I've done a stupid filter on my dog back in lockdown, but that's about it. And the keep you up your toilet roll thing, remember that? And that was it. So I was like, Cam, what do I do? I'm posting boring slideshows. And he goes, Lewis, come to mine. So I'm at his house, and he's like, film a video of your face now talking. I've never done that. I posted a Snapchat story of me doing something stupid on a night out before, but I've never done anything like that in my life. I'm stuttering. I'm like, I'm there with a camera, and I just think, I can't do this. He says, do this, do this, do that. Post a video, 65k views in I think it's like 48 hours. I've got like 200 people wanting to buy a car off me, because that's what I went into, car sourcing. So I'd sort out your finance, I'd sort out the car. You don't have to leave your house, and the car gets dropped off straight to you. And that was it. And it was like, this is amazing. But then the money wasn't coming through, and that's when it got difficult.
Did you have an influx in sales for the car sourcing, and then they dropped off?
No. So basically, I was selling all these cars. I'd done like 4 deals, and don't get me wrong, the 4 deals paid me a lot of money. They paid me like £700 each. So it's a lot of money per deal. And basically you have to wait 28 days for the finance company to pay you. You have to then invoice them. And then it takes like 2 months to get paid. And it's like, I'm running out of money here now.
You needed cash, and you needed it quick.
Needed it, yeah, like quick and fast. I'm running out of money. Like,
how broke were you before you started obviously selling the PDFs?
So this is how bad it got. So we went to Blackpool. So me and Cam and his girlfriend and my girlfriend, we stayed over, and we were spending money there, and we was going out for food and stuff like that. And I'm like, I'm down to like £70 in my bank account. So I'm there, and I knew I had £500 in Manchester United shares on Trading 212, which I was trying to keep there because I had £1,000 in there originally, and I was like, and it just dropped. Remember when the Saudis were taking over? Mm-hmm. I put it in then, and it just plummeted because that other guy took over. So I was like, oh no, because I've always been into that sort of stuff. Mm-hmm. I've always tried to make internet money, like Wi-Fi money. So I had to draw that out, and it takes 3 to 5 days to come out, and my money's going down and down and down. And literally it came in, that money, just as my car finance payment came out, and that was it. So if my car finance, if that money hadn't gone in, I would have been in my overdraft. And then we had that idea whilst I was in Blackpool to start making the ebooks.
How are you feeling when you open up your online banking app and you see that measly 70 English pounds? How does that make you feel? Because I know, as a prideful young entrepreneurial guy, which I can see the traits inside you as well, that shit fucking hurts.
Yeah, I've always had money. Like my family's not rich at all. My mum was 17 when she had me. We lived in a terrace house. I've never had money growing up.
You've always been all right though.
Yeah, getting along. My mum worked 2 jobs, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
I know you see all that stuff online. My mum worked 5 jobs, and people saying it's a thing, but my mum did work 2 jobs. She was a dental nurse, and she did eyebrows on the evenings. Yeah. So we always got by. And I quit college to go and work in a taxi operators. You know, so you'd ring up, smashed after a night out, and go.
And it'd be you that picks up.
It'd be me who picks up. It'd be me, the other idiot on this. This was before.
Oh, shut up.
Yeah. This is before Uber was like a massive thing. So I used to work there, and that's why I quit college. So I never went down the university route or anything like that. And that's why I quit college, because I always wanted money. So I've never gone without money. I've always earned money. I earned £1,200 a month back then, up to car sales where you can earn quite a decent amount if you're good.
Yeah.
You can earn over £3,000. So to see that £70 in my bank, that is the lowest I've ever gotten to. Like, that was like...
You mentioned your mum. She was grafting. Where was your dad? Was he not in the picture?
So my mum and dad split up when I was 3 years old. I used to see my dad every fortnight, but it was one of those. They never had a good relationship. So like, my dad would buy me things. So I always had like an Xbox. I always had a Nintendo DS. I always had that stuff. But it was like, they didn't get along, so no one liked giving each other money and that sort of thing. So
tough.
Yeah.
Sorry to hear that.
Bit of a sticky situation.
Yeah, and stuff happened with my mum when I was younger as well, like, and she stopped me from seeing him and stuff like that. So it's like there was always bad blood between them, and it was like, yeah. So
I'm glad that you didn't play victim to that stuff, bro.
No, it makes you are today. Like, I'm sure you guys have got your
play the cards that you're dealt, innit?
Exactly. And would you be where you are now without being played those cards? It's like the butterfly effect, isn't it? It's like something's got to happen along the way for you to get to this point.
Yeah, 100%. I went through something quite similar where I had some real deep personal issues that shaped me into the person I am today. And without them, I don't know if I would be.
Well, I don't think it would have.
Yeah.
Because it's not to say that you wouldn't have been the same person, but I believe that it's literally the butterfly effect. Like, if something didn't happen along the way, your life would go a complete different path. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing. So I'm grateful for everything that has happened in my past, because it's led me to this exact point in time. And it's, yeah.
I want to know a little bit more about what you're doing now, because for me to say X amount of months ago I had 70 quid in my bank, and then on my first month I did 8, and on my second month I did 11, and we're only fucking 15 days into the month. What the fuck?
I know.
Like, seriously. For me, that's like, wow. I can't imagine in the space of a couple of months being at the point where you were, the lowest of lows, fucking having to think about, am I going to be able to cover mine and my missus' tab? To the money that you're kind of making now. What's that feeling like, bro?
Sometimes it doesn't feel real. And don't get me wrong, it's not like I've won the lottery. Like, it's like, oh, no, I'm just sat on £10 million. This doesn't feel real. But for someone I've always really grafted for my money. I've worked 60-hour weeks. And to earn the money so easily, it feels strange. It feels like I've cheated.
Yeah, I hear that.
Like, I know, like,
yeah, I hear that.
It's a crazy feeling. So,
it doesn't feel like work. I feel like it's probably the best way to put it.
But
well, it was 3 hours of work. And you're still getting paid for it.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I do videos, so I'll still do videos to promote it. Mm-hmm. But that takes me 10 minutes. And I'll reply to emails. If someone's not received it, if they've typed in the wrong email address, I'll send it to them. But that's it. And I'm like, I can go and do the things I enjoy. Like, me and Cam went to the lakes last week, and we were sat there, and I was in the hot tub, and I was like, proper, like, I felt like, this is it. I've hit the jackpot here. I'm sat in the hot tub, and I'm like, how much have I earned today? And it's like £350. I've not done anything. I've just enjoyed my time. And it's like, I don't have to worry about it's Monday. Monday's coming up. Like, that's that horrible Sunday. Like they always say about, like, Sundays. Sunday used to be my worst day, because you know Monday's coming up. You know it's the end of the weekend. But it's like, I don't stop working. Like, a Saturday or Sunday is still a Monday or a Tuesday to me. But it's because I enjoy it. It doesn't feel like every day feels like a Saturday or a Sunday.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. It's
to somebody, bro. That's, let's backtrack around 6 months. Around 6 months, right? Was that Blackpool trip? Something like around that time?
6 months ago. No, it was
3 months ago.
It was 1 month and 20 days ago.
Oh shit! It was literally right just before you started the PDFs.
Yeah, I thought of the PDF when I was there.
Oh shit! Okay, so let's go back then, like 5 weeks to when you were skinned.
That's fucking crazy, by the way, bro.
Yeah.
Well done, first of all. Congrats. What would you say to somebody, bro, that's in that same position, in a job that they fucking hate, broke as fuck, doesn't know their next move, likes the idea of making some money online? Obviously, don't just say go and do PDFs. Do you know what I'm saying? But like, to somebody that is in that situation, what would your kind of advice be for them to get themselves out of it and then to start thriving in a way that you are now?
So my biggest thing was always waiting for Monday. So I think, you know, I'm just going to do it Monday. I can't be bothered. I can't be bothered right now. It's 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. I just want to chill. I want to watch something on Netflix and wait until Monday. Bro, Monday never comes, does it? It literally, I was the worst procrastinator in the world. I thought about going self-employed for 12 months. And it's only until I spoke to Cam and he said, why are you not doing it?
It went from a thought to an action.
Yeah. And it's like, take the first step and then you can then hold yourself accountable to it. As long as you take that first step, that's the main thing. Take that first step and then see where it takes you. But it's you got to put pen to paper at the end of the day, and thinking about it isn't going to make you any money doing it. But I'd always say, have a plan. Like my last month in car sales was earn as much money as you possibly can this month, because I didn't have any savings. I used to earn my wage, spend my wage, earn my wage, spend my wage. I liked spending my money. So it was like, have a plan, get that little bit of money behind you, and then as soon as you quit that job, you don't work from 9, finish at 5. You wake up at 9 and then finish at 9. And you don't mind doing it because you enjoy it. It's like, no one's gonna, it's like, you can't wait. So like when I was at work, it'd be like, start at 9, 9:30, I'm thinking, oh, mate, it's only 9:30. Is it 6 o'clock yet?
Yeah.
Whereas when you're doing something that you love, it's like, since I've started being self-employed, I have not once thought about an end time, like finishing work, because you don't really, do you? Obviously, you guys are the same. It's like, is it the same for you?
I wouldn't say so much like this is what time I'm finishing. It's just always a case of I'm just going to do what needs to get done.
No, that's what I mean. Like,
yeah.
I don't feel like, obviously, I know the difference between like my work and my chill out time, but I wouldn't say like work, being in the office with Chris or being like out shooting and stuff like that. It doesn't feel like work as well.
It's because you enjoy what you do, though.
Mm-hmm. One thing I would say was, back when I was working in the family business, and maybe you can second it, if you wake up and it's a Friday and you know it's going to be fucking rammed,
It's like,
and you know it's going to be hot, and you aren't in a rush to get out of bed and get to the gym and be like, do you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like it's like a drag. And even to the, like, it wasn't to the extent of we walk in and the fucking manager starts telling me I'm a piece of shit and this, that, whatever, because that wasn't our role. But
Yeah.
I don't wake up ever and think, got to do this today. Because it's like, I get a kick out of, I think we get a kick out of building and growing into the people that we're going to be, and also building and growing our businesses. Do you know what I mean? That's the shit that fires me up.
We're always looking for I think that's just a young entrepreneur thing, though. You're always looking for that next step. It's building towards that next step, and then once you've got there, it's like, where's the next step? And it's like, it's just a never-ending cycle.
What is your next step? Because I know you're obviously very fresh in this whole space. I was going to say you've fallen into some money. You haven't really fallen into it. You went and got it. But there's only so many times someone's going to pay for your PDF, see it, maybe share it to their friends or whatever.
Yeah.
What's next?
So I understood that as soon as I did it. I never expected this to go so big.
Yeah.
Like, literally, like, I thought, I'll do a couple of £100 a month, maybe.
Be a decent side hustle.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'll carry on doing what I'm already doing, my car sourcing, what I was doing, and I'll just use this as like a little bit of a side hustle. And thought, you know what, it will tide me over until I do get paid by the finance companies and all that stuff, I'll be fine. And then I realised, wait, this is a lot bigger than I expected. So I was doing £700 a day, £500 a day, and it just carried on. And I was like, right, this is a bit too good to be true now. I need to get something in place for when this eventually does stop. Do I think it will stop completely? No. I think there will always be a demand for it, unless they abolish what my ebook is about. But then I don't think that'll ever happen. Like car insurance, I don't think that'll ever stop, will it? We'll always have to have car insurance. So what I'm trying to do now is branch over to just doing it for other people. So going to people and saying, look, here's what I've done. So I've got my results now. Here's what I've done. I can do the exact same for you. Split the profit. Perfect. That's like and
risk free.
What's the risk for them?
Well, what's the risk? What's the risk for them? What's the risk for you? What's the risk at all? You're not really putting anything up.
No,
it's 3 hours.
It might take a little bit of time. That's about it.
Yeah,
and that's it. And I'll just reach out to as many different people as possible. So I'm trying to build my personal brand and reach out to as many people as possible and say, look, here's what I've done. You can do the same. And I've done it already. So last Saturday, we signed a guy who's doing the same sort of thing as me. And I just said to him, I said, look, here's what you're going to sell. Here's how you're going to sell it. I've created everything for you. There you go. 50-50 split. Do you want to do it? And he was like, yeah, I don't see what's not in it for me to gain. He's done $7,000 in 7 days.
Yeah, crazy.
$7,000 in 7 days. And I just think...
Wait, he's done $7,000 and revenue's 14?
No, so
you've done 3.5 as well.
Total sales, 7,000. I take 3.5. He takes 3.5.
Dope.
And it's like...
I just was, well, like, how many followers did you have when you made your bread? Like, I want everybody that's listening to understand how accessible this really is.
Yeah. So I had...
Well, he did a fucking couple kick-up videos with toilet paper.
Yeah. That blew up off of that, went viral. No, I didn't. I had 800 followers.
800?
800
When you
followers.
made your first sale?
800 followers when I first set up. 800 followers. 3 days later, I was at 1,100, and I did £711 and 11 pence in that one day. I remember that figure exactly because it's like I looked at it and I couldn't stop looking at it, and I was
unreal,
like,
man.
Yeah.
One thing you said earlier was, I know car insurance and I know the car game because I was in it. I know how to make a viral video.
Yeah.
How'd you make a viral video?
Create a need for something right at the start of the video, a hook. So such and such a person, like, I'll do an example now, car insurance.
No, I don't want you to give me a car insurance example. You said you can make a viral video. I don't want you to tell me how you made your viral videos. I want you to tell somebody how they're going to make a viral video about a fucking glass, for an example. Maybe don't use a glass.
I feel like you're doing that thing where that guy goes, "Yeah, sell me a pen." You know what I mean?
That kind of is
It
like the
feels
new
like
sell
that.
me a pen, though, isn't it? Because the new sales is content.
Yeah.
Effectively.
It's attention, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's it. If you can get attention on you and then direct them to somewhere where you can get fucking paid,
So
that sells.
the average watch time of the video is when someone's scrolling past it is like between 1 and 2 seconds. You look at the video because everyone's attention span is so short now. It's like, it's crazy. So create that hook for like the first 1 or 2 seconds. So something which is going to interest your audience. So if you've got an audience my audience was built up around cars. So I know if I posted a video about someone's hair straighteners, it's not gonna target the right people. And you need it to target those people who are your audience. When you've got a brand new account, it doesn't matter because you're building the audience. But it needs to have that quick sort of hook. So then people get past that 1 to 2 seconds range. And then we're into that person now. That person's engaged. But we need to get past the 3 to 8 second mark now, 3 to 7 second mark. So now we've got to say what we're going to do and how that's going to benefit that person. And then...
So step 1, gain interest. Step 2 would be...
Step 2 would be tell them what the content of the video is going to be, but how it's going to solve. So say, for example, hook is a problem. So
some sort of resolution would be number 2.
Number 2 will be resolution.
The last part would
explain
be how are you going to do it?
Exactly, because once you get past that 10-second mark on the video where people are watching, that's when your video tends to really start to pick up on the algorithm.
Because the algorithm's going to think, fuck me.
Yeah.
X amount of people that have seen this video have gone past the 10-second mark. Must hold some value.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, TikTok works in a point system. I can't remember it off the top of my head, but it's like 1 point for a like, 2 points for a comment, 3 points for a share, 4 points for a save. And that's how it works. So the more traction it gains, the more the video pushes out. And that's how I managed to get a video talking about boring old car insurance to 850k views. And that was a lad videoing himself going, I can't afford to insure, I'm 18 years old and I can't afford to insure my first car.
How many other 18-year-olds have seen that and thought...
There's thousands of TikTokers, like 18-year-old people on TikTok who think, I can't get in car insurance either.
It's a surprisingly banging niche to be into for selling a PDF about saving money.
And you just stumbled upon it, or...
So there was other people...
But you said you were in Blackpool with Cam, right?
Yeah.
You're flat out broke. You're thinking, am I going to go into my overdraft in the next 2 hours, or am I not? That's where you're at.
Exactly, yeah.
And then all of a sudden you're like, oh, I know what I'm going to do. $7.99, fucking 3 months time, I'm going to be doing 50 grand. Unreal. How did that come about, really?
So I always wanted a community. So to build a community around my car stuff, I always wanted a community. And we tied with the idea of doing like a paid subscription and to get into a Discord where we talk about cars and what you need from a car. Like, imagine 100,000 people in the Discord and you just go like, oh, my car's making a weird noise, send the video into a Discord chat, and you've got a mechanic who's in there, goes, oh, it's this. How much will it cost me? This. And that would solve a massive problem, so people would join it. So I always had that idea, and then I thought, you know what? I'd seen a guy back in like November, December do a video talking about car insurance and like how to get it cheaper. And I thought, you know, why not just charge for that information? Like, I know it's like,
well, look, I would fucking pay £8 if I can save 700, 800 a year on my car insurance.
And what type of savings we're talking about?
It's all dependent on the person. Like, if you was extremely insurance savvy yourself, you probably know 60-70% of what's in there. So you might not make the biggest saving. If your car, say for example, you're paying £300 a year for your insurance already, I'm not going to be able to save you £500, am I? But I might save you £20. And
wait, can you give me some of like the more broader examples of how to save money on car insurance?
Well, yeah, I can go into some sort of detail. So,
motherfucker's gonna give us the PDF
on
the podcast.
Yeah. The free value. It's the free value. People are going to try it, be intrigued, and then they're going to go buy the PDF.
When we clip this fucker up, I need you to pitch me on what's in this fucking PDF, so that when someone sees this clip, they're gonna they're gonna comment save to fucking save bread, and they're gonna pay you. That's what the pitch we want now.
So what car do you drive?
Mercedes.
Yeah. What
A-class.
A-class. Right.
Actually, fuck it. A35, and I'm 18.
A35 and you're 18.
Yeah. Paying $5 grand on my insurance.
You're cooked. But there's different things you can do. So, say for example, you got your insurance there. So you just bought it. You just bought your car. You can't wait to get insured in it. You want to insure it tomorrow. Your insurance company's like, you need your insurance tomorrow. 15 grand. Because your car's sat outside on your driveway, no insurance. What are you going to do? It's like, I need to insure it. At the end of the day, it's like, so set your insurance 23 days in advance from the start. So start date 23 days in advance. That insurance company thinks, oh, you know what? He's being quite smart here. And because you don't need that insurance right away, and you can go around and shop around for as long as you like, because you don't need it for 23 days.
They need to give you an offer
They'll
that you
give you the
can't
best price
say
down
no to.
Things like that. It's like using your brain, adding an additional driver. So add your mum or your dad, but then
no claims.
Yeah.
How about that though?
Well, if you've got no claims, you're gonna have to put you've got no claims, because at the end of the day,
you can't lie about that stuff because you won't be insured, right?
No. What I was saying is, you're saying to add a driver, but if you add a driver, doesn't that take away your no claims?
Adding And I had a girl message me, right? And she goes, oh, I've had an Audi A1 for 3. So she's trying to buy a Mercedes GLC. And she's like, I've had an Audi A1 for 3 years, but my mum was on my insurance. And I said, send me your insurance policy details because something's not adding up here. Because she was putting no claims on the thing and the quotes were like $8,000, but she really wants a GLC. And I was like, you're the main driver. I said, have you had any accidents in the last 3 years? No, I've not. Right, well, put 3 years no claims. £2,700. £5,300, just like that.
I'd say that that's common sense, though.
It is.
Yeah.
But you've got to think about I'd like to think me and you are very switched on, especially in our age bracket. There's a lot of thick motherfuckers that are 22.
There is.
No. There is.
I know. There's a lot of thick motherfuckers that are 30. I don't think like that.
To put no claims in, though, that's like a very
he
standard thing,
is targeting. He's not targeting a business owner. He's not targeting someone that wants a personal brand. He's targeting any fucker who has to insure their car.
Yeah.
And that's everyone that drives.
Yeah.
I can guarantee you 75% of those are thick as fuck.
So I'll drop a little bit of free game for you now. So the insurance companies, what they do is every time you do a quote, they track that you've done a quote. So say, for example, you're just sat on Auto Trader and you're thinking, you know what, I want to buy myself a Mercedes A45 or something like that. They'll track that you've just done an insurance quote on it. And they'll think, this guy wants to buy an A45. Let's put his insurance quotes up. And so he has to pay them. Then you're snookered because you have to pay. You just bought a Mercedes A45 and that's it. Your insurance has just gone up. They track you 2 ways: email address. Well, no, 3 ways: email address, phone number, electoral roll. How mad's that they literally track you for your electoral roll?
What do you mean electro roll?
So you put in your name there because basically an insurance quote runs a soft credit check. So it runs a soft credit check on you just as a standard sort of procedure and just says, oh, it's such and such. Lewis Pattison lives at such and such a place, and that's it. It's tracked you through that. So that is one of the worst things. It always tracks you. So I always say is run one insurance quote. Don't run 15 insurance quotes just straight away, but change the email address. So change the email address. Use a brand new account. Use a private browser so they can track you as little as possible. Because you'll see a massive difference in the quotes. If you run 10 quotes off this one email address, you're snookered because the price will just go up because they think this guy really needs insurance on his Mercedes A45. He really needs it. And then it's like, so new email address, private browser. And that's one of the hidden sort of secrets. Because, I mean, did you guys think that, like I say, they could track you like that?
I mean, it didn't spring to mind, but like...
I'm not overly surprised, like the world that we're in.
It makes sense.
Yeah.
I mean, we know... I mean, H said it to me the other day. He was like, bro, he's gone into so much detail with one of our Meta ad campaigns with a client. And he was like, the amount of data that these platforms and the amount of different ways that they track you is fucked.
To collect, yeah, it's crazy. And it's the different algorithms and everything they use. So every insurance quote probably starts...
You'll know. I mean, even on Shopify, it's like, let's say if you run an ad, it would say that they've seen your ad, and then 5 days later they've searched PDF. I don't know what's the PDF called?
Car finance and insurance hacker.
If they search that into Google, and then it would also show the Instagram session, then that, and it's like a bunch of data lead into the sale. It's
literally, it's crazy, like a whole footprint. But it's like the algorithms and everything that they use though as well. Like, say for example, every quote starts at £1,000. So every quote in the world starts at £1,000, and then it's risk factors compared to different person. So 18-year-old, that has a risk multiplier effect of 2.5 times. So that means that his insurance has gone from £1,000 to £2,500 just because he's 18, lives in a high crime rate area. So now it's another 2.5 times multiplier effect on it. So then that brings it not only from 2,500, but then to 6,250, 7,250, something like that.
We'll stick to podcasting.
I know, yeah.
We'll stay to insurance and we'll leave the maths to everyone else.
But yeah, so, but then you add an additional driver. So then your additional driver might have a multiplier effect of 0.7 times, and that brings it down. And then another additional driver might bring it down by 0.2 times, and then it brings it down, and there's a series of steps that you can do, adding your voluntary excess. There's a series of steps which you can do to bring it back down.
Yeah.
But it's just getting the right sweet spot. And one of the main things is just play around with all the information in the guide and just see what suits you best, because there's no one shoe fits all like solution.
Yeah.
There isn't. And you've just got to mess, like I say, with all the solutions given to you in the guide and see what obviously suits you best.
Well, one thing I would say, bro, is that coming into this episode, I didn't really know what to expect. I'm first of all really, really impressed with how you've changed things around so quickly, first thing. And second thing, I like to think myself as quite switched on, and you've really taught me a lot in 2 seconds, well, in 2 minutes, about how to move around insurances and stuff like that. I dread to think at the amount of extra info that's actually in the PDF and how many different ways there actually is. Is it massive?
It's 21 pages. No, 24 pages long.
24 pages?
24 pages long. And there's a full step-by-step guide on how to do it. So it's not just, I give you all the information, it's up to you now to work it out. I've shown you in a step-by-step guide with pictures and everything like that on how to get the lowest price. And don't get it wrong, like I say, people will always turn around and say, I can find the information myself online. You go waste 4 hours of your time then. I mean, you're not wasted 4 hours of your time. You've saved yourself £8 by searching for 4 hours. But
save yourself £8 or save yourself 4 hours. I know which one I'd rather do.
Exactly. And it's all in one space. You don't have to keep clicking back to links and tabs when you forgot what to do here, and it's just on one guide.
Dope.
Does selling PDFs though, something like that, does it really give you fulfillment?
It's not the selling PDFs that gives me fulfillment. It's me being able to spend more time with my family because I don't have to go to work for 9 hours through the day.
Good fucking answer, you.
It's me being able to not have to ask work if I can go on holiday this week and them say no because I've not got any annual leave left, or Tracy from such and such a place is off at this time. So
I'm fucking trekking down to God knows where on a Wednesday for a podcast.
Because I was exactly. Because I was always one of those me in work where if someone's got kids and things like that, and through the summer holidays say, you have that time off, I'll use mine in the non-busy periods and stuff. And it's like, well, now I can go away in July and when my birthday is, or I can go away in August and stuff like that. And I don't have to ask anyone. That is the fulfillment, is just being able to just do what you want to do. And that's what I want to do.
Well, thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming down, man. Appreciate you sharing your story. I hope some people at home have taken motivation from this, whatever situation you're in. Wherever you think you're at, you can change it, and you can change it very quickly with a little bit of pressure, a little bit of work, and fucking consistency.
Yeah, that's it.
You can literally change your life in a matter of 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
I think that's a brilliant place to end this pod, bro.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming, brother.
Appreciate you, man.
Been a pleasure. To all of you guys at home, thank you for watching, listening, subscribing. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that. Like and comment. Turn the bell notification on so you get notified every time we release a podcast. And we'll see you all next week.
Love, guys. We'll catch us later.
Peace!